Pass the floor to Professor Steve Browning, our Deputy Vice Chancellor, to officially launch the exhibition and also introduce Steve Thomas.
Okay, so welcome everybody. I've got 3 minutes, in which case I'm going to say 4 things. I know nothing about Chongqing. It's one of the few cities I haven't actually visited in China. But let me say a few words about Steve. I don't know how many people know Steve, but Steve's been at the university since 1990, which makes you almost as long-serving as me. So you've kind of been around. And you worked in the press office, then commercial manager in design, photography and print, and now obviously look after Creative Studio, which I know you from. You're a professional photographer, very well travelled, and I think some of that obviously features, your travels feature here today. Today is an exhibition, it's a travelogue of Chongqing, and interestingly, Jinghan was born there, but you met your wife there, so this has significance all round for both folks. So Steve's going to say a few words now about what the purpose of the exhibition is, what you're trying to achieve with it, so over to you.
Yeah. So I think the exhibition, probably the roots of it started some time ago, back in the dark days of the pandemic where we couldn't do anything. And it was just before that I'd reduced my hours on a flex retirement. And I thought during the pandemic, what am I going to do with that time when I get it back? And actually kind of reconnected with the passion that I have for photography that I had when I was younger, when I first started my journey. So before the pandemic, Ming and I had a trip to Chongqing planned, and that all those plans went out the window because of the pandemic, and we had to wait like 3 years before we could really do that and go and see family. So it was with that in mind that we went to Chongqing, and even then the weather tried to stop us because there was a typhoon in Hong Kong, so we had 2 unplanned days in Hong Kong, which was okay. Eventually we got there and saw family and had a wonderful time, and we stayed right in the heart of the city, which gave me this opportunity to just literally walk out and see all these wonderful things. I hadn't seen Chongqing for about 10 or 11 years, but it's such a visually stunning city. It's got amazing food, really friendly people. The infrastructure is unbelievable wherever you go, and there's this lovely mixture of old and new. I forgot to bring it, but the first time I went to Chongqing, one of Ming's friends gave me a beautiful book of black and white photographs of how Chongqing used to be, which, it was shot with film many years ago. It was done, guy's an academic, he was an amateur photographer, but he was an academic. And that, looking at that and looking at the city now, there is this beautiful kind of now and then things. There's the sense of history, but also this real vibrancy there, in some of these areas around Jiangfu Bay, which is the centre which a lot of these pictures are. There's people live streaming on Bilibili and TikTok and dancing and singing during the evening. There's a real bustle, everybody's Instagramming. The pictures of the Hongyudong, which is the river scene with the yellow buildings. What you can't see there is I'm there with my little tripod trying to set my tripod up, and I'm literally surrounded by thousands of people doing Instagram pictures, and I'm trying to set my little tripod up to do these pictures. So I didn't have an exhibition in mind. I just every day went out doing pictures. We had a great place to stay, and I had an office in there, which was great, and just downloaded stuff. And half of my mind, because I was accepted by Getty as a contributor some months before, my thought was to put some travel pictures on Getty Images. But then when I came back, printed some off, and then my amazing team were like, oh, that's really nice. I was thinking, yeah, they're quite nice. It'd be nice to share them somehow. And then my office is there. And one rainy Monday, I was thinking, what should I do with these? And I looked across at the Confucius Centre and I thought, I kind of wonder if. Then I think I came to see Colette, and a couple of pictures and a kind of seed of an idea, and then it went from there, didn't it?
Yeah.
So here we are. So thank you for indulging me with my passion of photography, passion of travel. I think, as I mentioned in the bio, I'm kind of an expat myself.
Yeah.
I actually spent much of my childhood in India. My dad worked there for 18 years, electrifying railways and things, and he also worked in Hong Kong and Taiwan at various stages of his career, amongst other countries. So I have this passion for the East as well, which very comfortable there. You know, first time I went, no package holiday for me, just get on a plane and book a hotel and go. And I just, everything is so easy like that in China, and it's a great place to go. It's cheap when you're there. It's thoroughly, I think it's a place that are not on many people's like destination list, but I'd thoroughly recommend if you're curious, just go and do it. So thank you for indulging me. The other part of this is to try and get some interaction with students maybe, and with that in mind, you know, you can follow, anybody can follow, but there's a book and there's an Instagram account called Chongqing Photos. The idea being that you can tag your favourite city pictures in there. So we're going to try and build up some traction with students. And then beyond that, what I'm hoping to do is run a couple of photography workshops, give some insight into how to improve photography, whichever will that be, with a view. So this is my vision of what I've seen. What would be great to see is the 360 of that and the students' vision of what they see here and how they, you know, the Northwest is quite, we've got the Lake District, we've got cities, we've got other things. So that's the plan moving forward. Somehow we can try and achieve, you know, sharing this global feel of, you know, where we are in the world. But the photography is great for bringing things together and joining people together and sharing. So that's what it's about. But I couldn't have done this without my team, who've been absolutely brilliant. Not just encouraging me, but helping practically putting the things up. They've been great, and especially to Steve for all the, wherever he is. It's like interpreted like what I had a feeling for, like the comms and how the screenshots and all that stuff. He's just a conversation with him, and he's interpreted exactly what I wanted every time. And has so much practical help and encouragement. So thanks for that, and thank you all for coming as well.